Konnichiwa, Anime und Game Otakus. Willkommen zurück zu einem neuen Part von Vampyr. Ich weiß gerade gar nicht, wo ich bin. Also wir müssen mit Edgar Swansea sprechen. Das ist ja dieser Haupttyp hier im Krankenhaus.
Please, Jonathan, come in.
Ach, da ist er. Da ist er ja.
Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea, but my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
Ja, naja. Ich weiß nicht, ob das jetzt ein Geschenk ist von den Göttern.
I'm a dead man. I was murdered. Now I'm a murderer. Tell me how this is a gift.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant
Ja, wir sind jetzt
physician.
untot.
And please, call me Edgar.
Okay, Edgar. Sie müssen sich nicht entschuldigen, das ist nicht unterhaltsam. Wir brauchen einander. Was? Das würde ich jetzt nicht machen. Wir brauchen einander. Ich würde sagen, ja.
I'm not some doe-eyed student, Edgar. I understand we both have something to gain from this relationship.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like
Okay.
me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick. You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in.
Okay. Also wenn die reden, erscheint der Text ziemlich verzögert. Das liegt jetzt nicht an mir oder an der Elgato oder so. Das wollte ich nur mal sagen. Das liegt tatsächlich am Spiel, dass es etwas verzögert kommt. Deswegen, damit ihr Bescheid wisst.
Do you need something, Jonathan?
I have just a few questions.
Then ask away. I'm at your service, Doctor.
Über die
You
Bruderschaft.
mentioned something about a secret society. A brotherhood, if I recall. Could you elaborate?
Certainly. I've been a member of the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole for several years. We are pledged to monitor and report vampire activity in England as impartial scientific observers.
Okay. Das erklärt ihre Streifzüge.
Yet you don't fear me. And still, you know the monster that lurks beneath the civilized surface.
The Brotherhood has studied your kind for centuries. We believe you are as supernatural as a lion is to a gazelle.
Das erklärt ihre Streifzüge.
That explains your nightly wanderings about the docks and the questions you ask.
I feel it wasn't mere coincidence that led us to that part of town. There was something as yet unseen that set those chain of events in motion.
Okay. Über meinen Zustand.
Since you seem quite the expert on vampires, what could you tell me about my condition and how it came about?
As men of science, our first step is always to start with what we know. Forget the myths, the hackneyed scrawlings, and the penny dreadfuls. They do not scratch the surface of the truth you now find yourself in.
Wird die Sonne mich auslöschen? Muss ich töten?
Must I take a life to live?
You are a vampire. You feed. And blood
Okay.
is the
Ach du
sole
Kacke.
sustenance that can sustain your immortal frame. And only a living creature contains the nourishment you require.
Ja, geil.
The sun. The morning following my transformation. Its rays burned me. There was pain, smoke, and my skin blackened.
You will find there is very little that can kill a vampire, my friend. You have been offered relative immortality. The sun will most certainly hurt you, leaving you weakened and damaged, but it will not destroy you.
Ja, ich weiß ja nicht.
Since I'm the one working for you, what should I know about Pembroke Hospital?
Well, for many years, we have been the only medical facility in this part of town that people can rely on. We support the community here, as well as provide healthcare.
Wie ist die Lage?
Where do we stand today?
But to be honest, we cope on a day-to-day basis. The first wave of the Spanish flu last summer took us by surprise. We lack many of the basic necessities needed.
What do you expect of me?
What we need is hope. You were a soldier. This is a war. This white coat's still a uniform. We fight to help the poor, the sick of the East End, the forgotten.
The man we pursued and slew in the canning factory, William Bishop, I believe, was he a vampire?
He was a Skald, technically speaking. The debate rages as to their classification. Some think them a subspecies of vampire, others something else.
Wir werden bestimmt beides fragen, deswegen fangen wir damit mal an.
How do Skulls come into existence?
The name means slave. The etymology may indicate that they are a lesser species of vampire. From what I know, vampires tend to despise them.
Just for clarity, what differences are there between myself and a Skull?
A skull is easier to eliminate, Jonathan, even if they remain formidable foes for the unprepared. Vampires... Now, vampires exist beyond the mortal realm.
So wie wir. Okay, das wär's erstmal.
We'll see each other again soon, Ed.
Sprich mit der Gönnerin des Krankenhauses. Alles klar. Die gönnt hier uns schöne Sachen. Die Gönnerin. So, wo ist die Gönnerin? Der sagt ja irgendwas mit draußen, bei den Zelten. Beatrice, das ist der Typ. Der ist gesund. Gesund heißt, dass wir den schön essen können, also sein Blut trinken können. Gibt uns viel Kraft. Irgendwann muss ich sowieso einen aussaugen, ne? Ach, guck mal, wer da ist.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands here, and we'll be up again soon enough. Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Your words are kind, the blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet lady of mercy.
Good evening, Dr. Reid. It's a pleasure to see you again.
Hi.
You seem surprised. Dr. Swansea has brought me up to speed concerning your recent appointment to Pembroke Hospital.
You're a the lady who saved me that night, before vanishing into thin air. I remember you from the pub with Dr. Swansea.
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time.
Ja, bitte.
My name is Lady Ashbury. I remember you well, in spite of the brevity of our encounter.
Schön, Sie zu sehen. Ich fühle mich hinters Licht geführt. Swansea hat ein Faible für Vampire. Ich bin mal nett.
Apologies. You've taken me by surprise. I'm very happy to see you.
The pleasure is mine, Doctor.
I hope you're more disposed to answer my questions now.
You must have countless questions, but our rather urgent matter first. Swansea has explained. My cover, if you prefer, has been compromised.
Ja. Ich bin hier, um Ihnen zu helfen. Patienten, die Ihnen Probleme bereitet haben. Ich habe Fragen zu Vampiren. Ich frage jetzt erstmal.
But I have questions concerning this condition we share.
As a newborn, your hunger for answers is rivaled only by your thirst for blood. But the questions need wait.
I'm a scientist. My trade is in the deciphering of mysteries, and I need information to feed my mind.
I will gladly answer every question you have, but first, prove yourself capable of resolving my predicament without eating the culprit.
Aber ich hab Hunger.
Have any of the patients given you trouble?
These poor souls have so little left to live for. I do my best to ease their pain.
Ja, keine
The
Ahnung.
world would be a better place if it were cared for by women like you.
You make me blush. I am simply a necessary evil.
Ja, wir schleimen auch nur, ne? Damit wir auch dich aussaugen können. Ich bin hier, um Ihnen zu helfen.
Dr. Swansea has commissioned me to be your agent in this matter. You could start by explaining what's amiss.
These past insufferable weeks, I've been the victim of extortion. I've made a first payment, but the blackmailer grows greedy. I must refuse his most recent demands.
Was wollen Sie von mir? Bedroht Sie ein anderer Vampir? Warum kümmern Sie sich nicht selbst darum?
Who would be so foolish as to threaten you? A kindred spirit.
Even if it were the case, and I highly doubt it, a vampire would have asked for something more valuable than money. My suspicions lean toward a patient or their family.
Okay.
What are your expectations? Please be precise.
As the newly appointed surgeon of this hospital, you are in an excellent position to ask innocent questions and deftly learn the identity of my blackmailer.
Warum kümmern Sie sich nicht selbst darum? Ja, ne?
If we're dealing with an ordinary criminal, surely you've the means to deal with it yourself, if I may.
As immortal tradition doth dictate, all fangs and hypnotic eyes ablaze, the blood would run like a river. That's what I hope to avoid.
Ist doch gut.
Violence has a tendency to spiral out of control.
Na gut. Ich kann sie schon verstehen. Sie ist also so ein Vampir, die sich zurückhält, oder was?
Please continue. Every detail is essential. I'm your man.
Oh.
My embarrassment in this matter is eclipsed only by my shame at having put the hospital at risk. The threat from our anonymous scoundrel is clear. A list of dates. My visits coinciding with the dates of suspicious patient deaths due to massive blood loss.
I'll take care of it. Do you know where I should start?
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter myself.
Okay,
You could
ist ja
talk to our
gut.
local gossip, Harriet Jones. Not a pin drops here without her hearing about it.
I'll meet that woman now.
My life, as others know, is in your hands, Dr. Reid. I'm sure
mach mir
of your
Druck.
discretion, but I do fear your powers of persuasion will be put to the test. When this is resolved, I'll be your obligé. I'll answer all questions in regards of your condition.
Ja, das ist nicht ein guten Deal, aber sie macht mir jetzt etwas Angst. Unbekannt, den kann ich leider noch nicht erlösen. Na gut.
Simpletons, these nurses. Bred with no respect.
So, jetzt ist die Tür hier endlich offen. Die war ja die ganze Zeit immer verschlossen. Huch. Gibt's hier noch mehr Kram für mich? Okay. Gut, dann würde ich sagen, mache ich hier erstmal einen kleinen Cut. Wir sehen uns dann im nächsten Part. Dann werde ich mit der Dame hier sprechen. Und ja, bis dann.